Hello, Clint here, Crimson Landscape, here to talk about your outdoor living design. Alrighty, here's what we came up with. This was a bit of a complicated design because we're trying to squeeze a lot in this back space. So let me walk you through what we did. Alright, so we have this is an 8-foot deep concrete pad here along the back door. It basically aligns with the gate, so where the gate ends, as well as we can fit a grill in here. Then we continue the walk path down the side of the house. We have a 3-foot wide walk path here, which I'll show the side of the house in a minute. In this corner here, I put just a small piece of landscape filler. This is daylilies, just to give it some color. These will bloom most of the spring and summer, and they'll die back in winter. It's a great little plant. The shade structure itself, this is two versions of the shade structure as we talked about on site. This is the pergola style. We can put a synthetic glass cover on top of it. This particular synthetic glass, you have two options. You can get one that's 100% waterproof and one that's not quite so waterproof. The concrete pad itself is 12 foot by 16 foot. I just dressed it up with a sofa, a love seat, a rug, end table. I put a coffee table on there, but it seemed a little bit full. Then, of course, over here I have a little breakfast nook that fits quite nicely. Underneath it, this will be 4 lights, then a ceiling fan. What we would typically do is put the light switches on the back of this post right here. I can put a plug down here for charging, and we can put a plug back here in this corner as well if you want a place to plug in a small radio or to plug in your phone. Again, you just got to make a decision how important it is if you want the top to be waterproof or not. If we leave the pitch on the roof, as we talked about on site, we can leave it as a flat pitch, or I can drop the back just a little bit and give it a 112 pitch for future application if you want to install the synthetic glass in the future. So this is going to be the entry level shade structure. Option B is we go with a solid roof shade structure, which I showed you pictures via the brochure. The difference would be is this will be a solid top, have a composite roof on it, then underneath would have a closed rafter ceiling. All right, I'll show you the lights in a minute. Simple filler here. I went through and kind of best guess of where I thought the plants or where the grass would not grow. So you have this river rock that fills in the areas where the grass will not grow. Then you just have a big mulch bed around that tree. That tree cast a pretty big shadow in your backyard, so I left that in place. Then everything else along the side is essentially grass. So you have grass going from the back to the front as a maximum play area for your son. I left a small space here between the concrete and the foundation of the house, mainly to mitigate cracking. So the concrete is separate. We have the gravel in there, acts as a space filler, and the concrete can flex a little bit as it heats and cools. I also added as an option here a couple lights. By the front, as a space filler, I added these Yopon hollows in this bed of gravel. Certainly optional, not required. Then by the front door, I took out that tree and did simple daylilies. We could do variegated liripe as well. A difference in this design versus what you have now is, of course, certainly it lines up with the walk path. Walk path is 3 feet. This walk path I have at 4 feet. And the current layout, I believe your concrete ends about right here. So this is extra concrete for real no reason. So I just shifted the landscape bed and made it a little bit bigger. Then here is simple. We'll redo this concrete here as part of the package. Then we'll put some gravel right here as we talked about when I was on site. Not shown here will certainly line up with your concrete. Also not shown is once we go to the final phases, once you make selections, I'll drop in the underground drainage, any underground infrastructure that's required. So essentially, with this design is I maximize play space here for your son. You do have a little bit of play space back here that'll be in the shade. We certainly can make the concrete bigger back here if so desired. Don't know that it's needed. All right, let me go to let you see it at night. There you go. So let me go to the back door. All right. Let me drop down. There you go. So from the post itself, from the post to the bottom of the beam is 8 feet tall. Then the structure goes up from there. So it's plenty of height, plenty of space for clearance. Then I added some lights under the tree. Let me go back here. Some lights back here. And it's just general illumination security if you don't have the shade structure lights. It gives you ambiance. Down the side of the house, you have lights along the side of the house. Then in front, of course, you have lights for security. All right, let me exit out and go at a high level. Let you see it from the sky. There you go. Let me see this view right here. Back out a little bit. Let me go back to the sun, let you see that. Alright, I'm going to pause here, send this over to you today. I'll let you take a look at it. If you want to jump on a Zoom call or just want to email questions, you certainly can. Or if you're a first-time guest, see one of our videos and you have questions, you can reach out to us at crimsonlandscape.com.